Amandla. Long live ANC, long live. Long live ANC, long live. Long live the legacy of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada, long live. Long live the legacy of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada, long live. Long live President Zuma, long live. Long live ANC, long live. Amandla. Comrades, we take this opportunity, Comrade Treasurer General of the ANC, Comrade Zweli Mkhize, to greet you as the Treasurer of the ANC. Thank you for attending to this engagement. We wish to greet the NEC member of the ANC, Comrade Pravin Gordhan, and thank him for honoring the invitation to this memorial service. We extend our greetings to the ANC NEC member, Comrade Begogwakhe Cele. We thank him for honoring and being here today. Let me take this opportunity to greet the PEC members of the ANC, Comrade Ravi Pillay, as well as Comrade Meki Govender. I wish to also greet, with respect, send my greetings to the family of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada and thank them for being with us today, but also thank them for allowing us to share this part of his life and remember who was Comrade Ahmed Kathrada in the true spirit of the revolution of the people of South Africa. Allow me, Program Director, also to acknowledge the presence of a number of our veterans, the veterans of the struggle, especially among us. We've got Comrade Ila Kandi, a number of our veterans who are with us here. We thank them for being with us today. Greetings also and acknowledgement of the Member of Parliament of Legislature, Comrade Cyril Kaba, Comrade Nonkosi. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the ANC, greetings to all of you. It is a singular and a deeply humbling honor to be part of this session where we pay tribute to Comrade Ahmed Kathrada, a beloved comrade whose whole life, personal, social, and political, was shaped by the African National Congress, the organization which he loved so deeply and to which he remained loyal until the last day of his life. Maybe at this moment, let me just remind all of us who are members and not members of the ANC, because Comrade Ahmed Kathrada was a member of the ANC. The current dynamics that are at play in the society and even today here does not represent the glorious movement, the ANC. The ANC is a truly non-racial organization. Any form of racial segregation and any form of separation in terms of race and class does not represent and reflect the standing of the ANC and its character. But having said so, because I'm this kind of a person who speaks quick, I always don't appreciate stopping so that I speak and finish. But the ANC is a caring organization and a democratic organization. Now, a democratic and a caring organization is always responsible. A democratic organization, one is responsible, but it's democratic. And as the organization, we've got a platform to raise our views, to raise our emotions, to raise our anger, and to debate issues. In the society, we're open for criticism. We accept criticism with humility, and we take it as what built us to go and do self-introspection. And therefore, having said that, I must start by saying, one, to use the platform of a memorial service or any platform of bereavement to postulate and echo any sense of disagreement is not correct. To use a platform of a funeral and a memorial service to express any divergent view is not humane. It is against the culture of Ubuntu. I must therefore say, kindly bear with me, comrades. Starting from the memorial service, the quotation on the letter written by Comrade Ahmed Kathrada to the President, it was a letter between the President and Ahmed Kathrada and no one else. And I want to be clear on that. Irrespective of who we are and what is our standing in our society, we must never abuse any information and anything to our favor. And therefore, that presentation of a letter written in a particular form directed to the President does not represent the character of the ANC. If that letter written by the former Deputy President of the ANC, if the Deputy President shares the same concern raised by Comrade Ahmed Kathrada, it is upon him to go to the ANC and raise those issues with the ANC. Now, comrades, if comrades have gone wrong and did something that is strange and which does not resonate with the culture of the ANC, we should not follow the suit. We should remain disciplined as members of the ANC. I believe, and I will want to make it clear, any use of the platform of the passing on of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada to reflect divisions in the ANC does not represent the ANC. Any view that seeks to use and abuse the platform of the passing on of Comrade Kathrada to reflect your view about what is happening in the society, it's incorrect. Therefore, even here today, those who've got views about the cabinet reviewal must go and take their views to political parties they belong to. Those who belong to the ANC have created enough platform to engage with comrades who support the decisions of the President. And therefore, the support of the decision to review the executive cannot be expressed in the memorial service of Comrade Kathrada. And I must say, any placard that is here, whether in support or against the reviewal of the executive of this country, does not represent the glorious movement, the ANC. Those who decide, those who are saying here they are in support of the President, it's correct, it is not wrong. But not in this platform, because in this platform we are paying tribute to the cadre who spent his life for this movement. But equally, those who are coming here with placards criticizing any leader of the ANC are equally wrong and are doing it in a wrong platform. I must say this equally, even if we've got differences in the ANC, we handle our differences in platforms within the ANC. We are the only democratic organization in this country. We are the only democratic organization that discuss issues, differ, and engage on those issues openly without fear or favor. And therefore, even today, we will like to ensure that this platform is not used to ventilate any anger. We live here in KwaZulu-Natal in a divided society. Amandla. Let's sit down, comrades. Chief, hlalani phansi. It is unfortunate that we continue to see this kind of situation. I must say, we are living in a divided society characterized by racial polarization, which emerged and is sustained from colonialism of a special type. Unlike other revolutions, colonialism was something else, but in our case, a colonizer and the one who's colonized shared the same territory. In that regard, we have defined ours as non-racial society. There will be those from both sides who will become extremists. They will want to peddle racial division at all costs. Those who are racist in our country are racist because they benefited from apartheid colonialism. Those who are racist in this country, they will want to sustain racism as long as it benefits them. And therefore, those who fight against racism cannot falter and do the same. But we must continue to ensure that we eliminate all elements of racism. We can't be arrogant, we must be polite, we must welcome engagement, criticism, we must debate as a democratic society, but we must not express our differences in any racial segment. We must equally respect the leaders of the ANC. ANC leaders are leaders because they are elected to lead. In the ANC, we've got elected leaders, but we've got leaders who have led us, who are leaders and they remain leaders even without being in positions. And therefore, we must understand we have to accord all leaders of our movement respect. We must accord all leaders of our movement at all time respect. Even if you are a leader today, you see a person and you don't believe he's a leader because he or she does not occupy a leadership position. But if he has been in a revolution and played a leading role and contributed, in that respect, he is a leader. In this KwaZulu-Natal, we had Comrade Past 4, all of us had held Comrade Past 4 in high regard because of his contribution, not because of positions he occupied. And therefore, even if we differ with leaders, let's differ with leaders in proper platforms. Let's not use public platform to ventilate our anger and our differences. Let's take our differences to structures of the movement. We are here today to reflect on the legacy of Comrade Kathy and ourselves. We need to sustain the legacy of Comrade Kathy. The world today is better placed because of his contribution in this revolution. It is thanks to them, the generation of Ahmed Kathrada, that today we celebrate 23 years of freedom in peace and unity. It is thanks to them that all our people have equal right. It is thanks to them that millions of our people have houses, water, electricity, which could not be provided by the apartheid regime. It is thanks to them that today we now have opportunities for the youth that were a dream 2 decades ago. As we mourn the passing on of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada, we must simultaneously celebrate his life. Comrade Ahmed Kathrada joined the revolution just when he was 12 years old. He joined the Communist Party of South Africa, and he remained in a revolution until the end of his life. Therefore, as we are gathered here, and in our collective grief notwithstanding, we do so to celebrate the life and the times of the revolutionary, a freedom fighter, and a selfless campaigner for a South Africa that belongs to all who live in it, as entailed in the Freedom Charter. I'm mentioning all of these points because there is always the risk that in saying to interpret Comrade Kathrada's life, we emphasize what serves the purpose of present, which advances our own interest. Our own interest remains our own interest, but the legacy of Comrade Kathrada and his generation must always be protected. It is the legacy and the work, the struggle of Comrade Nelson Mandela, Chief Albert Luthuli, Ahmed Kathrada, Oliver Tambo, Lillian Ngoyi, Helen Joseph, that help us to understand that it is possible in our country to build a non-racial society. It will be remembered, comrades, that in the 60s, during the 1960s, we had an epoch where the ANC engaged robustly on non-racialism and ended up adopting the Freedom Charter. Upon the adoption of the Freedom Charter, some within the Congress movement left the ANC to form what is now called the PAC. But the like of Nelson Mandela, Ahmed Kathrada, Walter Sisulu were the one who educated us and the society about the true non-racialism as a future vision of this country. Comrades, Comrade Ahmed Kathrada was always courageous. As a true compatriot, we speak of comrade who spoke, who was humane, humble, and respectful. To be a member of the SACP at the young age of 12 years reflects a great sense of courage. To be a member of the Congress movement at the height of the state of oppression took an extraordinary bravery and soldier's heart. To plot the downfall of the apartheid regime immediately following a 5-year treason trial was an embodiment of a spirit of no retreat, no surrender that was underpinned by the revolution to realize a truly democratic society. To spend more than 2 decades in jail for one's conviction demand an extraordinary sense of justice and greater belief in the cause of the struggle. Thus, we do not exaggerate when we say that the life of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada is a story that one that belongs to a chapter dominated by bereavement of the struggle. Comrade Ahmed Kathrada taught us that for a leadership body to work with the masses, it must be united. The leadership must always be united with the membership. Today, we have contradictions in the society, but such contradiction should be a symbol of strength that builds us together. Let us soldier on to build a truly non-racial society as enshrined in the Freedom Charter. It is that generation of Nelson Mandela, Ahmed Kathrada, Walter Sisulu, Oliver Tambo, under the leadership of Chief Albert Luthuli, that said these freedoms we will fight for side by side throughout our life until we have won our freedom. We are where we are today. We are not at the end of our revolution. We have won the political freedom. We still have to continue until we achieve the economic freedom for all our people of our country. Mandla! Long live ANC, long live. Long live the legacy of Ahmed Kathrada, long live. Long live the discipline of the ANC, long live.